Hello, I'm DJ Sam here for another video. Today I want to do a projector video. My brother got me a projector at Christmas time and I only just got around to buying a screen and my mum has put it up on the wall. Now it's not the best because it's a £10 screen, it's creased a bit, it's hung up with, well, one side's hung up with string and the other one is sort of on the sort of beam and it's hanging down. It's okay for, you know, what I want to do with it. You know, I can watch a film, I can listen to music, so if I wanted to watch like a live band, I can do so. So we're going to do a sound check and hopefully do a video thing. So let's get to it. Now you're probably looking and thinking, ooh, that's nice. Yes, it's not mine, unfortunately. It's a Yamaha 400i, and the one underneath it is a really IB thramp. It's crap. I bought it because a company said we've turned it on, but we've not done any further testing. And I looked at it and thought, it's an ex-rental. It might work because ex-rentals, basically ex-rentals have got to make sure things work before they give it out to another customer. You know, for rental. So I thought it would work, but I was wrong. So only one side worked, and I took it. Well, I inquired about taking it to Wardorf's, and they said 25 quid, just so they could look at it to say, right, this is wrong with it, that's wrong with it. And I was saying to them, I said, look, I've told you what's wrong with it. The capacitors are blown. Just get it. You know what I mean? But they want 25 quid just to look at it, and then on top of that, probably another 50 quid, and I thought, you know what, I'm not doing that because I'd rather buy another mixer, so I did. But it's in the post at the moment. So what I use at the moment for my other speakers, my active ones, is this really lovely Behringer, and it works beautifully. It runs great. And it's got the thing I love about this is you've got your levels 4 to 10. But there's your gain. Now on the other one I had gain all the way through. Gain's terrible. Gain is not good. Because it was like distorted my speakers. The gain, but on that there's no gain on it, so it's perfect. And then I've got another mixer which I'll do a video of at some point if you want me to. It's a Prophonic mixer. It's quite a big one. Fits in here and it's just here just for the, because it's a good height for me. I can play music and stuff like that. And stuff like that, so which is really awesome. So let's play some sound, shall we? So here are the speakers. I've got the RCFs, the two front ones there. They are the RCFs MK3 315A, and they're fantastic. There's one song I love playing through them speakers so much, and it's the full version of Radio Gaga. Oh my god, when you're in a hall and you whack that up, it sounds really good, especially when it gets to that bit where it's making all them weird noises, the high noises, the low noises. My good grief, it sounds awesome. I love it, and everyone dances to it. I love it. And then the other ones are the peaveys. I can't pronounce it right. I think it's called the Eurosys 1. So it's EUROSYS. I can't pronounce it right, but I think it's Eurosys. And actually, inside of there, they're not peavey speakers. They're actually Eminence, if I'm pronouncing it right, Eminence speakers, which are 100 watts, 8 ohms, and they've got a stupid amount. It's got 67 decibels. Ouch. Now, one guy was stupid enough to say, could you use these paper cone speakers as subs? And I was like, well, shut up, because I use these for a gig, and that's why I borrowed that mixer. So I wanted to see basically how far I could push these, and they were great. They did the job. They filled the room up. And I was absolutely surprised, but I said to myself, it lacks a lot of bass. It's, you know, it needs bass. So, that's when I read that comment, it said, shut up. And then when I put them on the floor, by bloody Joe, it made a huge difference. It is bassy. Woo! It thumps the floor, so I was like, wow. No wonder that daft comment was there. But no, you still can't use them as subs. But they don't do that bad. Because what you could do is, there's a pole that you could just flip them upside down. Because you could take the fronts off, flip them upside down, pop a pole in, and you know, put them as stands. But no, unfortunately, they are not good for that. But I'll give you some examples of the sound This is one of my favourite ones. This one is Sky High, and it's an NCS release. So let's see what that sounds like. So as you can see, it's got a lot of oomph. They were halfway. The volume was halfway on both channels, so the main and the other one. But it only suggests that you put them 10 past on both of them, and that's rated at 70 watt the amp. So I can actually drive these all the way, but it sounds a bit too loud. And I think they'll be perfect for a cinema just because they've got a lot of decibels. They were originally made for playing like pianos and guitars through it, so it has got that lot of loudness is what you want, a lot of decibels. For a movie, I suppose you need it loud, so it'd be perfect. And then my other favourite is Alan Walker, and it's a deep house remix, and it's remixed by DJ Tiesto. Give you a sample of that. There you go. That's the loudest. Well, that's the bassiest I've ever seen them do. Though I've seen the friction movement. Wow, that is pretty insane. So I think they'll be perfect. I do want more speakers though. I want to get some. I have got these little ones. There's one here that could be used, but I'm not particularly sure if they'll be any good or not. I doubt it will be, to be honest. I have plugged both. I plugged 4 speakers in the other day, and it was bloody loud. And how I did it was on your mixer, you have got a tape output. So what you do is you take the tape output with the sort of brains gone. So basically, you use your red and white. You drag that out the tape output, that's why I like it, and you use your input on the mixer. So I use the CD line in, and it works fine. So that's how you do it, but make sure that you set, so if I grab the amp, the mixer, sorry, you've got options on this, and the options are quite cool. So you've got the option to make it so that when I turn that up, it will turn up the output of the tape input, or I've got the option so that I can just do it through, I think, yeah, this one. This tape to main, I can control it here. So if I click this one here and take that out of there, I think that'll allow me to control just that with the tape, so that when I turn that up, it will not affect that unless that's turned up. So that's why I love this mixer a lot, because you've got tape input and tape output, and I find that really useful because if you want to record stuff as well, you can just drag that to a computer mic input or whatnot, whatever you want to use. And on the back here, you've got other ones as well, so you can send the alt outputs. So I can send those to another room. So that one there, the central output, I can put those out to another pair of speakers, basically. But it have to be active, not passive, because the peaveys are passive at the moment. So here is the mother of all screens. It's 100 inches. Woohoo! The projector we're using is a very tiny smart projector. This allows me to play sort of movies, games on it as whatnot. So I'm going to pop that back, probably about here. I've only charged it for about half an hour, so hopefully it'll be enough for demonstration. Obviously it needs to be darker, but I just want to see what it can do. I don't think I've ever had this 100 inches, so not sure what the projector is going to do, because it's not like ridiculously light in here, but it's not dark in here. Yeah, that doesn't look that great with the way it is, and it's still obviously a bit light in here. That's the furthest I can go back with the carpet on the floor. Oddly enough, this has got a problem where sometimes it doesn't, it's got a weird thing where it'll not do it properly. Yeah, it works, but the thing is you've got streaks on it that I'm not keen about. You can actually see the streaks in it. Oh really? I gave you an hour, half an hour charge, how? I also found a really long cable so we can plug in it through directly, and what the cool thing about this is it's got a line input which is on 7 and 8, and it is basically just a small line input, so it should be able to hook this up. And this is quite long enough, it's quite thin. I actually bought it a while back for my computer speakers which no longer work, and I thought this would be ideal. I didn't need it to be this long, but it's a good quality lead, and we should be able to run it from the mixer. Now obviously you're going to need an adapter if it's a big jack, but we'll see what it sounds like. Done is, I know there's huge Fortnite players out there. I'm going to love this. So I found a Fortnite film. It's just someone who's made it themselves for a bit of fun. I obviously need to get back there as well. I wish this thing wasn't in the way. So I'm going to shut the lights out so you can see it a bit better. And then we're going to move the camera a bit. So yeah, it looks pretty darn good. So I just need to go onto here. I've got VLC on here as well. VLC, and it's great. Like, so what does new storage device? Do you want to? Yes. And what it'll do is it'll update the library on it as well. I put a couple of films on there, but unfortunately I can't show them because it's copyright issues. But I'm going to play it myself. At the moment, I'm just going to play you the Fortnite one that I found. I thought Fortnite was something that you'd be all interested to watch if you're a Fortnite player. I'm not a Fortnite player.
How do I get her attention? Ah, I got it.
Oh God, not him again.
I'm giving you a fireworks display. Romantic, huh?
Please go away. Please go away.
Fade, honey. I can see you up there in the window.
Here we go again.
Hey, babe.
Hi, Raptor.
You mean Rapty?
Yeah, Rapty.
I love it when you call me that.
I know you do.
Just like you love when I call you Fa.
Oh yeah. No Omega anywhere recently?
Oh, Omega, I forgot. His apartment warming was yesterday. Huh, imagine that.
Raptor?
What did I do?
Nothing. We need to go see him now.
Why do we need to see Omega? Haven't you ever heard, three's a crowd?
Raptor, babe, it's important.
It's so cool.
Okay. I guess three can be company sometimes. And I'm a sucker for you. Let's go.
Thank you, Rapty. Oh. Perfect.
Strider!
That's better.
Strider!
A bit better anyway.
Weren't we supposed to meet here? This was the beat up grass meadow. Where is she? Sunstrider! Huh? What's this?
Yeah, you can't see the glare
I
on it at
have
all.
your
It's
girlfriend.
great.
Meet me at Shifty Shafts if you're man enough. No, I'm man enough, all right. Nobody steals my Sunstrider! Yeah! What?
See, I want to say you can't actually see the glare on it, like the damage you can't actually see it through the screen, which I think is great. I thought you'd see streaks on it, and you did when it was light, but when it's dark, you can't actually see it. So let's get a bit closer. This, by the way, lasts about an hour on charge, which is great. And if I had a power bank, I can give it more hours. But if you get a bit closer, just to see.
Welcome, villains, to the first villain assembly. I should have come up with a better name.
Yeah, bro, I don't know why you guys, rose me from the dead for this. I'm not really a villain. I mean, I did bully people into submission, but, that's totally different.
You've all been brought here because you're the best.
So that was the projector and the screen. I do apologise about the rainbow effect. I don't know why it was doing that. It was interfering with the camera. This is what the box looks like. This is what you're going to get. When you open it, your projector will sit in there. And all your other bits and pieces go in there, like your HDMI, you get a power lead, you get a USB lead, you get a tripod, the manual, discs. I think you get a disc with it as well. And you also got something else which I can't remember what it was. So yeah, that's what you get, and I think it's great. It cost about 200 quid at the time. It's a great little investment. Now, when I was not filming and I was just mucking around, I accidentally hit the volume control, and I thought, wow, that's not even turned up halfway. So when I started to boom, I was blown away with sound. I was like, wow. The decibel, the 67 decibels really gave it that really good quality. You got basically the high end, so you got the vocals were really crispy, and then you got that little bit of crunchy bass as well. So you know when you get the films and they make that noise, it goes boom, and it goes really down like that. It really blew me away. It felt a little bit of a rumble. But a few sort of months ago, I saw these speakers on eBay. They were cinema speakers. Now they're not just your ones you use at home. They're the proper big cinema ones, and they're about, I think it said they were 8 or 10 inch, and you normally get them at a cinema on each side of the wall, going all the way down. And they were JBL, and that is what it sounded like. And now, bearing in mind, these are the first series of that particular brand. So I'm curious to what these newer ones sound like, because to be honest with you, the sound quality is fantastic. I was blown away. In fact, it's too loud for my liking. It really is. I mean, I like it a lot, but when you crank it up, it's just too loud. The decibels, too much. But the one thing that you can do with that projector, which is absolutely great, if you've got a Raspberry Pi, I've got two of these. This one is the one that I use for like desktop one, computer one. I've got another one which is in the arcade machine, which has got a bunch of games on it. I can plug this into the projector and plug this into a power bank, and I can essentially play games with no power required. So the projector lasts about an hour. So if I had a couple of power banks, I could set the projector outside, I could play games, and I will not need to run any mains power. Obviously it will not last for hours and hours on end, and if you're playing a game and you get really into it and you forget to save it and the thing goes kaput, then that's a bit of a wah. But if you get a decent power bank that tells you how much it's got left, then it's pretty good. The only concern is when the power bank's ready to die, you couldn't just say, oh, I'm going to take that out and I'm going to put another one in, because otherwise it'll knock it completely off. But it's a great little thing. I love this. I got this given to us. This is like, it came with a kit. I got it for free. So thanks, Mark. Now I have 2 pies. I have 2 Raspberry Pis now, which is great. I love this. It's really good. I shall do a video on pies if you like, but it'll be on the other channel. I've got quite a few. So that was the projection screen. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. I was a bit scary with the amount of volume. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to try and black out the window so I can have movies during the day, or I'll just play it upstairs, set it up upstairs. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but we'll soon find out. Anyways, before I start ranting on, I shall end this video here. Hope you enjoyed this video. Cheers for watching. Bye bye.